All right, family. Black power, black power. We black again with the hardest, rawest commentary on breaking news, current events, anything concerning black people. We own it. International, national, regional, local. We here, family. Before we get started, make sure you get on over there to Patreon. We got that file up there. Freemasonry exposed, Wiccan, Luciferianism, and Satanism. That's right. The people that's running your country that is affiliated with Freemasonry. We're gonna show and prove that they nothing but Luciferian. They worship Lucifer. Get over their family. This is mind blowing information. That's right. Uh, the United States. We're gonna talk about this because they're saying that the United States may be out of weapons. I find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe. A military complex like the United States is out of weapons. I find that hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? That might very well might be strategy to make a motherfucker to come on up and play possum. I don't believe that. But anyway, if they was, and even if they ain't, and they must probably already on this type of formula anyway, that the United States must quadruple military manufacturing to be prepared for China. You see? Because it's obvious you're not going to just be fighting China. You're not just going to be fighting China, okay? You're going to be fighting Russia. You're going to be fighting North Korea. You're going to be fighting Iran. You're going to be fighting Iran's proxies. You see? You're going to be fighting a lot of people, okay? And you ain't got no damn NATO. You can't depend on them. You can't depend on them. You understand what I'm saying? Them Europeans weak. They ain't got no spine. Yeah, they're spineless. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be diplomatic until Vladimir Putin ready to run in there on their ass. Then they ain't gonna want to be no diplomatic. Then they ain't gonna want to be no motherfucking diplomatic. You see, they gonna want somebody to support their ass. That's what it is. So that's how it is. And you got to understand a lot of them NATO nations, man. When you look at the population of some of them nations, if you look at some of the like the up there in Scandinavia, Denmark and Switzerland and Finland, man, do you know how small them nations is? Man, some of them nations ain't got but about 3 million people. They ain't even got enough people, man. I don't even understand that shit. How do they even protect that shit? You see, and so Dave, I can't understand for the sake of me how Russia, where it is 100 million, it's 120 million, is Russia. I had to look at the comparison. I mean, I can't see that. I don't believe that Russia got more people than Europe, but I mean, they run from Vladimir Putin. They can't fuck with Vladimir Putin without the United States. That just show you how weak they is. That you can have that many countries over there, and y'all can't muster enough men and technology to beat Russia. You see, and it's about 40 countries over there or more. 40 or more countries over there, and they cannot beat Russia. So you can't even, I mean, what you gonna do with them? What you gonna do with them? Nothing. So you damn near got to depend on United States need another alliance. You see what I'm saying? Some of them, and really, that guy over there in Spain, they need to cut Spain off. You understand what I'm saying? He over there bumping his gum. Do it, okay. And they don't want to, yeah, because they've been compromised. You understand? You might have to smack them up. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You might have to smack them up. Straight up. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you aside again. When you get to talking like that, you aside. You understand what I'm saying? You praying on a nigga downfall. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. You praying on the U.S. downfall. Spain, Germany. Okay, when you get to talking greasy like that, because y'all don't want to step up. It's not your war. Goddamn it, Ukraine ain't our war. We want our money. We don't know nothing. No, I don't know no Ukrainians. Don't want to know none. You see, why is my money going over there? What the fuck is you talking about? We ain't got no agenda. We got no economic, cultural connection to nothing over there. You see, y'all got more of a strategic connection to the Persian Gulf, economic. You see, then we got over there. Peoples is over there fighting Ukraine because they don't want Russia to have, so they could get closer to Moscow, so they can threaten Moscow with what? Y'all want to start a nuclear war over there. You know what I'm saying? Because you hit that damn Moscow, he gonna bomb the shit out of you. So what y'all want to do? Y'all want to get more inroad into Russia so you can threaten Vladimir Putin, but you don't really have the smoke to bring to Vladimir Putin without the United States. So you want to front the United States off to fight your boogeyman, finance the fight. But then when it come time for y'all motherfuckers to show up, y'all got all these excuses. Man, fuck them. For real. Spain, that guy up there, he gonna have to be taught a lesson. You understand what I'm saying? Because you out of pocket. You out of motherfucking pocket. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like Iran. Iran is, and like I say, they don't give a fuck. Because they gonna side with one another. You ain't gonna hear Russia and China and North Korea, Iran, they not gonna, even if they got some differences, and if they gonna still show up. They in there now showing up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got one of them motherfuckers that what they done. What they done? Who? Which one? Britain, they ain't done nothing. Prince King Charles is coming over here. Y'all King Charles is coming over here to try to, but Britain can't bring no noise. I mean, y'all can't bring no noise nowhere. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Go where? I tell you what. See if Britain could fight Iran by itself. Man, Iran annihilate Britain. France too. Both of them together. You couldn't take France or and Britain together and to fight Iran. Iran will whoop France and Britain. Straight up. Whoop them. And don't go on the ground. Y'all ain't got enough soldiers together. Y'all ain't got enough soldiers together to fight Iran. So you can't, they so weak now that, a weak motherfucker always gonna cop a plea. That's the first thing a weak motherfucker not gonna, his first initial option is not gonna be to fight. A weak motherfucker always cop a plea. That's what they gonna do. So, I mean, you can't depend on them. You cannot depend on them for shit. They can't even take no losses. They military about 200,000-300,000. Motherfucker, y'all can't even take no serious losses, man. It's over for y'all. It's over for y'all, man. Y'all can't even really take no losses. France neither. Y'all can't take no serious losses, man. Y'all already at a negative. That's why so many people, y'all let so many immigrants into y'all country. Y'all done been, it is what it is. It ain't like, but I'm just saying, it is what it is. Y'all so at a negative birth rate that y'all done let so many, immigrants, and the black people is original of all that. But anyway, we're not going to go so far. We're just going to deal with right now that they have to allow immigrants to come in, because if they don't, you ain't gonna have no workers. You ain't gonna have shit. You ain't probably you wouldn't even have no military if it wasn't for immigration. So that's what a lot of them European they been compromised where you might have to go to war with one of their religions, one of their affiliate countries and shit. So Britain don't want to because they got a lot of Muslims and shit over there. France too. Some of them areas over there, they got Sharia law in the motherfucker inside the country. You ain't gonna have no motherfucking Sharia law inside the United States, nigga. And they find out, nigga, they busting that shit up. I heard it. They busting that shit up, talking about you over there. They allowed to have Sharia law in their damn area. What the fuck is that? Who that apply to? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, anybody that go over there, they got to practice Sharia law. Oh hell no! Y'all been compromised. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been compromised. You can't do it. It's a new day and age. You got to reassess it, and I understand that. You got to reassess the chessboard. It ain't the same no more. You see? It's not the same no more. So the United States got to start back manufacturing ammunition, man, on an escalated level. You see what I'm saying? Because you gonna have to be able to and keep the workers, and you understand, and and get ready to take that shit underground some damn where, because they know. But you got to have a lot to come this way. You and ain't none of them got that kind of shit to come across that water and shit. You know what I'm saying? In no high capacity and shit. But at the same time, you still have to defend and put your shit where nobody could get to it. But the manufacturing base in the United States must be brought back to like damn World War II. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's on that level. It's on that level where you need to be able to drop motherfucking bombs without even thinking you can run out. You see what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to start a war just to drop some. Because you ain't got no room to put them motherfuckers. That's what I'm talking about. And dare motherfucker to say something and just fill the motherfucking bombers up and motherfucking go and just open that motherfucker up and just rain on motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? You had and just rain. That's how you gonna have to do shit, man. You just gonna have to rain on motherfucker. They look up, man, all they like in World War II. It's just like the whole sky full of bombs. When they start opening up them bombers and you look up motherfucker raining bombs. That's how you gonna have to do. You can't, the day and age, because China, Russia, North Korea, Iran, and a few more. You understand? And you might have to, and who gonna ride with you? Who gonna ride with you? Who gonna ride with you? You don't even know for real. You don't know for real. You might have to ride by yourself. Might have to ride by yourself. Might nobody want to ride with the U.S. Motherfucker might have to ride out on these motherfuckers, man. Straight up. But it is what it is. Got to quadruple military manufacturing immediately. Immediately. Facilities must be built. Workers must be trained. And you know what I'm saying? It should double at least by next year. It should double. And quadruple, you understand what I'm saying? What is it? 20, 27, 20. Man, by 2029, you got to be up in that quadruple where you at right now. You see what I'm saying? And we'll talk about some other things too after the later on today. I don't want to put too much out there on this one video. But anyway, family, we done for the night. Make sure you get on over there to Patreon. Click the link at the top of the chat. And Freemasonry Exposed, Wiccan, Luciferian, Wiccan, Luciferianism, and Satanism and Freemasonry. These is the people running your country, running the world. It's mind blowing, family. Check it out. Black Power. If this, yeah, you said it was for over uranium special forces, and they took it by now. They might have already. We don't know, but I agree with you. See y'all in a minute. Black Power.